Hey, what's up, guys? It's Brendan from Best Life Weight Loss, and today's bike vlog, I'm just going to be talking about stretching. I've talked about stretching in the past, but it's something that, I really need to hone in on more for even myself. I stretch a lot after my workouts. My muscles are always tight, tense, sore, and stretching after the fact really helps. But, I don't always think about the aspect of, preventing the injuries. And it's something that I, talked about longevity. So it's really something I want to implement more of. I started playing basketball every other Sundays, and I played this Sunday, really went hard, had a lot of fun, and now I'm super sore. I didn't make a video yesterday because I didn't hit the bike yesterday. Needed to relax, let my body recoup. And now, I was at work last night, back killing me, a lot of pain. And stretching was amazing. Laid down, did some stretches, sitting stretches. I stretched for like 30 minutes, and it helped. Later on it hurt again, stretched, and it's something where it's like, damn, if I would have stretched beforehand, I would have helped mitigate a lot of that. And yes, stretching after the fact, you feel the pain, you know what's going on. Stretching can be so immense. Stretching, massaging. Massaging, especially after your workouts, is a big thing. You're getting that muscle, that blood flowing, getting that muscle sore. You want to, just kind of, when you massage, what you're doing is you're helping the blood flow, and it helps relieve the pain. But really implementing just 10 minutes of stretching beforehand, before you do anything. If I'm gonna go out for a walk now, it's like, okay, I gotta stretch. If I'm going hanging out, if we're gonna do basketball, I'm gonna make a whole stretching routine. And it's something that is always said. It's something that, yeah, stretching, but to actually apply the stretching, to actually do it, to acknowledge it, to say, hey, I'm going to, I could say, hey, I'm gonna stretch before my workouts, but to actually do it is something else. So it's like, okay, I'm going to really implement that, And I always say, for a successful weight loss journey, a routine, a schedule, tracking everything. So stretching now, it's like before where it's like, okay, stretching can help, blah, blah, blah. No, it's like stretching is something that's literally going to be added into my routine because I want to avoid injury. I want to have longevity. And I don't want to be in pain, and that's really what it comes down to when I really look at that and I add something to the routine. It's usually because something happened that I didn't like. And so the last few days, the pain I had, it's like, man, if I can mitigate that in any way, shape, or form so that doesn't happen again in the future, that's what I want to do. And that's really how you have to look at a lot of your weight loss journey. When you come across things that inconvenience you, slow you down, or put you back, you want to look at that and think, how can I fix that in a way to where it won't affect me later on, it won't hurt me later on, and that's really the idea of learning and improving. Your weight loss journey is something that is going to be constantly evolving, whether it's your exercise routine, your diet, time management. It's something that will always, if you want it to be successful, it's something that cannot always stay the same. Something that will be added on and improved on and built upon. And something that you're always going to be learning, researching, and building. And I'm always talking about tools, using tracking as a tool, using everything as a tool. And stretching is just another tool that needs to not be overlooked. So many things on your weight loss journey don't get looked at, don't get put upon, like hydration. I've talked about hydration many times. Hydration can be something that's holding you back a lot. If you're not properly hydrated, you're not going to perform as well. And it's that same concept. If you don't stretch beforehand, because see, I always thought, you stretch so you don't injure yourself at the time, and it never really clicked for me like that. But stretching beforehand so that after the fact you're not more hurt it's a concept that I never really got. Something that now I see I'm applying. I see how like, I didn't stretch. Now I'm in pain, stretch after the fact. I'm feeling better. So henceforth, I need to make sure I stretch before I work out. And then something like basketball where I can take a break in between, drink some water. I need to stretch more when I'm doing that as well. Stretching in between workouts is like when I'm on the bike and I constantly shift forms, you know, that helps kind of calm down. You know, sometimes you're up straight, your back starts to hurt. You switch a little bit, you switch positions. You know, it needs to be that same concept of stretching. You know, I'm doing something new, especially doing something new, like playing basketball. It's not something I'm doing every day. So I'm working muscles that I don't normally work. So if you don't stretch them beforehand, you're not waking them up, you know? And I've heard that term before, waking the muscle up. But, you know, I'm not familiar with all this shit. Oh, I've been doing this for 2 years, just learning as I go. You know, almost 3 now. And I'm still constantly learning, constantly trying to improve. And so now I see, I'm like, oh shit, okay. So part of longevity, part of preventing injury, stretching before, throughout, and after the workout. Stretching is so important, getting that flexation of your muscles, getting that blood flowing, waking that muscle up so that it's prepared to do whatever kind of workout, exercise you're doing. It was never really a concept that I grasped until, hey, I hurt myself, I'm sore, I'm injured. Now I had to figure out, hey, what's going on? How can I prevent this? So the idea of this video is just to say, you know, we'll say stretching, you know, everyone says stretch, stretch, stretch. But if you really want to avoid the pain that I've been going through, then adding stretching into that routine, adding stretching into the concept of, hey, I know I'm gonna do some kind of physical activity, regardless of what it is, even if you're used to it, stretching beforehand, during, after, it's a wonderful concept to implement. But especially if it's an exercise or if it's something you're gonna do that is, you're just gonna go hang out, have some fun, do some physical activity, and you're not used to that, you're not used to using those muscles, stretching is going to be a big tool in not just not getting hurt, but maintaining that longevity, and you'll have a better performance. Because just stretching alone, you're waking the muscle up, you're gonna be able to move better. And I can already tell just from today, from before getting on the bike, I stretched. I did a stretching routine that I normally don't do. And I could definitely feel the difference. Even now, you know, my back kind of hurts. And changing the different postures, it really helps. And two, it's like, oh, you know, didn't work out yesterday, knees hurt, back hurt, really needed sleep and just rest. You know, today, knees felt decent, back still hurts, but it's like, you know, sometimes I could be in pain and getting on the bike, doing the cardio, it can actually relieve the pain. And I always, regardless of if it relieves the pain or not, I always feel better after doing it. I always feel like, hey, I did it, and it always helps. Rarely do I say like, oh, I do the cardio and then I don't feel better afterwards. I always feel better, and it's nice, and I just want to improve, and I want you guys to improve, and I want you not to be injured. And that's why, you know, stretching, it's something that, especially for me, never really got implemented that hard beforehand. It was always after the fact when I could feel the muscles. But do it before, so you don't have to do it after as hard, and it doesn't hurt as much. I hope you guys start your weight loss journey today and stay positive.